critter hunter.
Back at it, huh?
No scuba, no tuba.
You need to sell that shirt.
It's going on sale.
Is it?
Link in description, fishstone.com.
So we're going back to Basak because we dove here like a week or two ago, and it was pretty good.
Awesome.
We found an octopus last time, but it's no guarantee.
And we're gonna try to go to the same spot. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in the same hole. It was like a perfect octopus hole. So we'll roam around the bottom, see if we can find it again.
Well, either way, this is a good dive site, Basak. Hard to drive through, so it's good to have the Sea Explorer's boat to go check it out.
Yeah.
So
that's the good thing about diving from boats, guys. Not every time you can go from land and jump into the dive site. So I recommend mixing it up, go to the boat so you can go to these special dive sites here and now in Sabuquita.
plus, when you dive as much as us, it's kind of nice when people carry your tags and
Oh, that's a luxury as well if you want.
help you out, help you find stuff. That's all also awesome for us. So.
That's the best part for us.
Anyways, enough talking. I gotta get in the water. Too excited.
Here you go. I'll show you GR, you know.
Peace.
Peace. Enjoy.
Thank
Before
you very
you're going
much.
to Switzerland.
Yes. It's my last day dive today.
Dive with a smile.
Dive with a smile.
You can bring your dry suits for Switzerland.
Dive in the lake.
Dive in the lake.
There you go.
You guys ever heard of trypophobia? It's the irrational fear or disgust of closely packed holes. I think if I had it, I'd be getting triggered right now. Pretty much every dive site is good for a sexy shrimp, also known as a squat shrimp. You can see why these guys are called sexy shrimp, because they like to wave the little butts in the air like a pogo dancer in Vegas. Here's another shot from behind. I think this TG6 is a pretty good camera now. I'm starting to get the hang of it. It gets the colors, and there's actually no color grading in this video. I'm starting to really like the camera. I'm looking for an adapter now so that I can use macro wet lenses, and then we'll be able to get a lot closer than now. Do you guys know what the name of this fish is? I think it might be called a hawkfish. I don't know. I see them, but I never really film them because they're so shy. But I caught this guy standing on a sponge. It's kind of funny looking, kind of like a frogfish does, just standing there on his fins. Bye-bye, little dude. Hello, little tiny guy. Who knows what this is? This is a juvenile something, and pretty hard to say. Of course, you guys have seen this if you've watched my channel. This is a whip coral shrimp, and pretty cool to film. This little sea hare doesn't know if it's a sea slug or a nudibranch. Maybe something in between, but he's definitely just as colorful as either. These guys are real cool, and I like finding them. Although there's not a huge variety like there are nudies, these guys are still pretty cool, and I'd like to see a lot of different species while I'm here in Darwin. This is actually a common hermit crab, but he was pretty hilarious. And actually, he caught my eye because he's such a bright red and white color that I just had to film him. And this is in slow motion, and he's flicking his little whiskers or whatever, so you can imagine how fast that's going in real time. Here's Finn, as always, filming something. Sometimes when I don't have something to film, I'll wander over and try to steal what he's found. Well, sometimes he steals what I find too, so I guess it's even. But let's see what he's checking out here. It's a little tiny frogfish. Cute little guy. They're hard to pass up, but it's pretty common, so we don't spend a lot of time with these guys, especially when you see 3 or 4 on every dive. But like I said, they're hard to pass up because they're so cool. And we're not just filming them to film them. I think I got so much footage of this guy. I was trying to film him catching a skeleton shrimp. That's the money shot. But he never did today. I don't know why I always film these lionfish. They're just everywhere, although there is a variety. One day I should do a lionfish video to document how many different species there are here in Darwin. This was an awesome shot. I know you guys see ornate ghost pipefish on my channel a lot, and I pass most of them up or simply don't share them because there's so many, but this was such an awesome shot. He's kind of a juvenile, so he hasn't developed his colors yet. Juvenile like this, while they're floating around like a plankton, and then once they find their feather sea star to call home, they'll adapt and change colors to match that home. They completely blend in with their habitat, so this guy is pre-that, and he's pretty awesome. Look at that little tiny mouth. So funny looking. Yeah, I definitely had to spend some time on that and show you guys because this came out pretty clear. As you know, the black ones I have a hard time filming. Hard to get enough contrast and see the details, but this completely clear one turned out pretty good. I think you guys can appreciate how cool these ornate ghost pipefish are. And here is a really weird nudie or sea slug, I don't know. It was super tiny, and to be honest, it looks kind of like a leaf sheep, but, you know, way bigger. This guy was probably maybe a centimeter long, so that's really big for a leaf sheep. Even though it looks really similar, it's not. But this guy was definitely something I'd never seen before, so I had to film him. I love filming the different stuff. Yeah, you guys have seen this before for sure on my channel. The crinoid shrimp. This guy's even the most common color that we see. The black and white stripes sitting on the feathered sea star, the same color. But this shot was awesome, so I had to show you. These guys aren't always the most cooperative, but this guy was. So I got a lot of chance to film him. And although it's not a front face shot, it's still a cool little shot. Here's another angle where you can see he's kind of blending in with that feathered sea star. I don't know the symbiosis and how these guys help each other out, but you definitely see them together a lot. Come here.
Frogfish City, isn't it?
Good one?
Wow, that was awesome, huh? How many frogfish we get?
I saw 3.
Yeah, 3,
You?
4. Yeah, about 5. Yeah.
Good dive. Bassac never disappoints. Now let's get off to the next dive site. Well, that first dive was awesome, but let's see if we can top it. We're leaving Bassac and motoring on down to the Thalata House Reef. And the first thing I see is this cute little broad club cuttlefish. It's the common cuttlefish, not the one that we're going for, but not one that we're gonna pass up either. You can see how cute this is. His little tiny tentacles sticking out the front. And then I got a close-up shot of his face. In every shot I looked at, he was changing colors. So although these guys look different, this is all one little cuttle. And now he's back to this and sticking out his tentacles. He uses the bottom tentacles to walk on and the top ones to, I don't know, to point at me, I guess. Somebody came around and they said, "Hey, that's cool. But what about this?" And they pointed. And I looked down by my elbow and there was a flamboyant cuttlefish. And as you guys know, we are obsessed with flamboyant cuttlefish. So I was like, oh yeah, I'd rather film this guy. Now, I know you guys have seen the Flamboyant on my channel a lot because it's one of my top 5 favorite critters of all time. And I knew that when I was filming it, but what I really wanted to do was catch this guy doing some unique behavior. You know, those famous National Geographic shots or those famous Blue Planet shots where he's sticking his tongue out and catching little shrimp or whatever. So I followed him around the entire dive waiting for him to do it. In fact, both me and Finn followed him around, just taking turns filming. Even if it wasn't interesting, we wanted to film him just in case he did it. And it took ages. To edit this video, I just had to go through about 20 minutes of footage of this little dude and choose the best clips. And although they're all awesome, they're all in slow motion and you can see his patterns and his color changing in every shot, it was hard to find one where he actually did it. Here's a shot in real time, not in slow motion, so you guys can see what he looks like and how fast his colors actually change. And at this point, I'm still just following him around, letting him do what he does. I find that if you follow him slowly and don't scare him, then eventually they get used to you and they stop walking away and they just kind of forget that you're there. And then it happened. He changed colors, must have been in hunting mode. And then, wait for it. Wait for, oh my god, it takes forever. Boom! He snatched that little shrimp. I finally got the shot I've been waiting for. And now he's just comfortable and he's doing it over and over. So I'm just taking turns with Finn and we're both catching it. And it's awesome. Look how slow that tongue comes out. Boom! Yeah, that's like the length of his body. And then look at this shot. This is, wow. Yeah. National Geographic, if you're watching, give me a call. Your new hero is here. You can see why these guys are my top 5 favorite critters of all time. I mean, not even just the top 5 cephalopods. These guys are amazing. I can't say I love them more than a wonderpuss, blue ring, mimic, but they're up there. And I think if you guys watch them long enough, or even just watch them on my channel, they're gonna be your favorite critter too. Alright, so after this dive, we were planning on going home. But on the way, we said, hey, let's stop at Bonnet's Corner. And the first thing we saw was the snake eel. And there was a huge current. It was real hard for us to stop. You can see I'm panning, but I'm not panning my camera. I'm moving with the current. You can see when the snake eel stops, he's even pushed down the hill as well by the current. So it was real hard to film. Luckily this guy was huge. And then he stopped and poked his tail in the sand and went straight backwards down into the sand. It was pretty cute. And this isn't the same snake eel, but this dive site is chock full of them. All kinds of species. This one in particular is a Napoleon snake eel. Yeah, I know I just showed you like 30 minutes of cuttlefish footage, but I had to mention this because at one point I saw 10 of these broad club cuttlefish all together. But don't worry, that wasn't the cephalopod of the day. The blue ring octopus. Finally, after 50 or 60 dives in the last 2 months, we finally found our blue ring octopus. And I have no idea how we found it in this current in the middle of the ocean, but we did. That rock he's sitting on right now is about half the size of a basketball, so you can imagine how small this blue ring is. He was really small, and I have no idea how our guide found him. Yeah, this is horrible footage of the blue ring. I didn't have enough time to film him. I wanted Finn to film it first because it's his first blue ring and it's on his bucket list and all that. And then when he let me do it, all of a sudden, the little blue ring shot up and took off. It's not fair. But it was so weird. We expected him to go down into the sand like usual, but this guy shot to the surface and started mimicking a dead leaf. It was so weird. You know, we can't go to the surface when we're at 15 or 20 meters. All we could do is look up and hope that he came back down. It was cute, but not exactly easy to film. So I didn't get a lot of good footage of the blue ring on this one, but we're just so happy to actually found it. You guys are gonna have to go to Faye's channel because I think he got a lot of 4K slow motion footage of this little dude. Surely a lot better than I did. So yeah, here's our top 10 critter bucket list, and we finally crossed off the blue ring octopus. After dozens of dives in the last couple months, we finally found it.
Blue ring octopus! Honestly, I did not expect that, especially after we were just talking about we might not see the top 4 that is remaining of the top 10.
Flying!
Oh,
Flying
blue ring octopus. What the hell is that?
We were just saying that we're probably not going to cross one off today, and we did.
Oh my god.
It was so hard to film.
Yeah, not so cooperative, but we still got it.
The current was so strong, man. It was such a workout.
Thanks to JR.
He's the man!
One of the best of sea explorers. He finds it. Oh my goodness. I don't know how. How do you do it?
Very lucky.
Crazy.
Awesome.
Nice one.
The current was so crazy, and then
Oh, the current was nuts.
instead of hiding, making a hole like most octopus, which we were waiting for, he went like this. Boo! It shot to the surface. We're like, what the hell? What are we supposed to do now?
That was a smart blue ring octopus. He just go to the surface.
Yeah.
We can't follow there.
But I think I got okay footage. I was waiting for him. You get good footage?
Maybe, all right. 1 minute, 2 minutes.
If you guys can tell what it is, then we can cross it off the list. We're definitely crossing that one off.
For sure, easy.
It was
What's
so
that?
tiny. I didn't know it was gonna be so tiny.
Very small.
Very small.
He changed colors.
Yeah.
Went from brownish to all the blue ones. Gorgeous.
Finally, the blue ring
Now
octopus
you
off
really
the
get it.
list.
I filmed my camera. There was 0 seconds left to record.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Perfect.
All right, guys, go watch Finn's video. He's got like 4K action of that little blue ring, and make sure to subscribe to me because I'm on the road to 10,000. And I'll see you tomorrow.